Hello guys, it's Cyprian here, back with another video, and today I am going to be reacting to how the internet destroyed Generation Alpha. I am Generation Alpha and I'll be commentating on it. I won't waste time, let's get into it.
What are all those touchscreens doing to all those growing little brains?
All she wants for the holidays is, well, not toys, but skincare products.
Yeah, she's doing. Just get to the electric chair. I am a boy. I'm a male, as if you hadn't noticed that yet. Yeah, I'm still fine. I definitely don't want skincare product. No, me. I'll probably want like a pet cat if I were to pick a skincare product. Really? I mean, I don't really have an opinion. All I know is they look ass.
Products.
All I wanted this year was skincare and makeup.
11-year-old Olivia Clyde is obsessed with beauty.
Jesus Christ, she's the same age as me. Help me.
Products.
8th grade kid could not spell a single word.
8th grade? Is that year 7? Is that year? I think that's year 7. Thing is, I have people like, I've got a friend who's like this. I mean, he spelled like 3 of those correct. Like regular, expect, yeah. Well, that's tragic though, but I know I've got friends, some year 6, they can barely, I can't read their handwriting. I don't know how that happens, but it does. I personally, I handwrite pretty nicely. I can spell pretty nicely. I'm smart, everyone says in my class. Take of that what you will.
Correctly on this list. 8th grade.
That's all they need.
Generation Alpha, the supposed future leaders and current generation of our society. But with the way they're growing up, will they actually be the future generation to make an impact? Or is Gen Alpha as doomed as people say?
Depends who. If you've got like good parents who actually know, shout out to my parents, they're good, then no. But if you got those iPad kids, I'm talking about the younger Gen Alpha, like the 5-year-olds, I just have no words. Like the older, more mature ones, okay, maybe they have a chance. And some of the actual, like, ones that aren't brain dead, then maybe. We're going to go back to the 1850s, like segregation and things like that. We just made it for ourselves like this.
Who are Generation Alpha?
We dug our own grave.
Alpha, or people born between 2010 and 2025, is said to become the most populated generation in history, with over 2.8 million kids born every week. They follow Gen Z and are the children of the millennial generation. Although Gen Alpha is populating a large amount of society, why do other generations think there's no hope for this generation?
Yeah, I would say there needs to be an IQ test or like some test. If they're actually skibbity toilet or something for a day, then send them to the moon. But actual, like, deserving Gen Alphas, then no.
Countless cases of kids acting out in public, lashing out, and behaving erratically. Many believe that Gen Alpha is already ruined. You see babies and toddlers often throwing temper tantrums the second their smart devices are taken away. And teachers are begging parents to do something because their kids barely scrape by in school.
I'm not surprised.
Time and time again, we hear about just how doomed Gen Alpha is. But where are these horror stories coming from? And what makes Gen Alpha so different from all the generations before them? The short answer, the internet. The rise of
Yeah, after this so many times, like in private, the internet was a mistake. I want to go back to the 1850s. I'd rather die in the coal mines than a skibbity toilet, yat, gooning, Kaisenat aura every day. I used to use it ironically. I never used to use it unironically, but I used to use it ironically. Now I just don't say it all, because I realise how terrible it is. And irony isn't an excuse.
iPad kids. When you think of a kid in today's day and age, how do you picture them? Most of you probably had an image of a kid with an iPad in their hands, right? That's because Gen Alpha is not only the youngest generation, but also the most technologically dependent one.
And also the most brain dead. But we already know that.
Generation Alpha was raised by screens, whether by TV, a computer, or the infamous iPad. With almost 80% of kids owning an iPad or another version of a tablet, you can't deny the nickname that many call this generation, iPad kids.
This is what happens when mom and dad take away an iPad from 2-year-old Ashlyn Brooks.
2-year-old? Oh my god. I thought babies were terrible, but now they're going to be even worse because they're raising with Also, where are the parents just filming? Like, can't you take care of your child instead of putting them to an iPad all day? Calling it a day.
Since their creation, iPads have been used as a tool for parents who are simply too busy with work. Technology has proven to be
also too ignorant. Eating at the table. I always want to eat at the table, but that's when nobody's around. Because that is disrespectful. But with you alone, I don't see a problem with it. But eating with other people, like a family dinner with the iPad, is disgusting. I used to do it. I'm glad my parents said I can't. So I'm happy for that.
A hassle-free way of keeping kids occupied, whether at public places, social events, or just during the day-to-day. With iPads being an evolved version of parenting in the 20th century, screens are simply
but it's true.
Considered the new nanny. And although parents may benefit from relaxing after work, iPads could be doing more harm than good. It's gotten to a point
Damn, we're only 3 minutes in the
Gen
video.
Alpha is entirely reliant on their devices, growing a digital addiction that they cannot seem to stop.
Yeah, I don't know how to edit out.
In 2012, a 3-year-old boy was kicked off an Alaskan Airlines flight from Seattle because of the extreme temper tantrum he threw after getting his iPad taken away. The kid had been playing with a tablet before takeoff, but when planes ascend, all devices were asked to be turned off, and this one iPad was no exception. But when flight attendants tried to get the kid to turn his tablet off, he started to wreak havoc. The child began a raging outburst, hitting his head against the roof of the plane and desperately begging for his tablet back. His family tried to calm him down and buckle him in so that they could take off, but no one was able to control him. Things got so bad that the pilot had to turn the entire plane around on the runway. The boy and his entire family was escorted off the flight, causing them to miss their vacation to St. Martin.
Oh my, they lost their I've got in like exactly 1 month, I'm going on vacation to Cyprus. If I were to miss my flight because some toddler is screaming for their iPad, I would get his iPad and throw it in the airplane engine. Actually, no, because then we'd have to repair it and we would have missed it. But I would grab the kids, if we were ready if the decision was made, I'd grab him by his ankles, do some kicky-yuppies with him, and before shooting and using, I don't know, the toilet as a goal. I'm not even joking. Then I would snap his iPad into, stomp on it, and force feed it to him. That's what I would do.
And this was over 10 years ago at the start of the iPad Kids generation. Since then, Gen Alpha has grown more attached to their devices. Social media has become a part of their day-to-day routines for better or for worse, and it's caused kids to become addicted to the internet. And the stay-at-home crisis that happened in 2020 only made things worse. Kids were locked indoors and were unable to get any sort of social interaction from other peers or teachers. Gen Alpha was treating technology like a full-time job, devoting 40 hours a week to using it. With social media being accessible to anyone, internet use
40 hours a week, hang on. sounds mental to me, but it's not actually that bad. My friend, he used to have like 12 hours screen time. Mine's only like 4 or 5 hours. Mine is actually good. But my friend, 12 hours. He used to have, that was like 10 hours. It's still not good. But that is 84 hours a week. That's nearly 100 hours. Oh my God. Wait, hang on. If that's 84... Let me do some maths. That is exactly half of the week. Oh yeah, because it's 12 hours. Half of the week. And that was only Fortnite, actually. That wasn't his screen time. That was just Fortnite. He said it used to be like 14 hours, which is more than a half. Which is on weekend day. But still, that is unacceptable.
Usage was at an all-time high. They couldn't go out to play because of restrictions, so the only way they could get any form of contact with the outside world was through their devices. Gen Alpha was going through critical development phases during the stay-at-home crisis. The online world became their new reality because it was all they knew. And considering the sort of horrible stuff that we have access to online, this is concerning. Technology usage on its own isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's the content that's being consumed.
I've seen some bad things on the internet. And sadly I've seen it so much that I've just been immune to it. It's just, I'm mature now, and when I see like a horrific image or some disturbing facts, this is what it is.
That's the real perpetrator. Parents may think that they know what their kids are watching online, but sometimes things aren't what they seem, even in videos supposedly made for kids. Internet brain rot. You might have heard of the term brain rot.
Oh my God, Skippity toilet. Kais and that. They have single-handedly, 2 people have ruined the generation. I swear, these people are worse than like Vladimir Putin or Kim Jong-un, for all I care. But really, Skippity Toilet Creator isn't that bad, actually. He just wants to make like a funny anime thing. But guys, tonight, you got, no. He's a Twitch streamer, so you know he's ungodly. He's a god-awful. I've never watched him. God thank me. Please, I want him to do something stupid and be given life in prison.
Popularized by social media, brain rot is the term that internet users have created to describe those lacking proper socialization and are obsessed with digital content to an unhealthy level.
Oh God, bro, Gen Alpha content's some of the most incoherent brain dead I've ever seen in my life, okay? Like, I can physically feel my brain cells frying every second I spend watching.
Yeah, I saw that video. I saw it.
Level 100 Gaiat. Ice Spice Riz W Riz Gaiat. You've Gaiat to be rizzing me in Ohio at...
Oh yeah, the AI. Oh no. I didn't want to remember it. I thought this is some dramatic car crash, but that's basically what it is. You can see there's no life in his eyes. That's a war criminal behind his eyes. There's a war crimes behind his eyes.
When you think about brain rot, Gen Alpha tends to be the usual demographic that comes to mind. That's because the internet has been their primary means of interaction with the world since they were born. Brain rot content can also be identified by the constant usage of internet slang, overly bright colors, and attention-grabbing content that switches...
What is that? Oh my God, there's credits. That means someone
every few seconds. A key example is popular kids media like Skibidi Toilet that seem to capitalize on Gen Alpha's decreasing attention span by overwhelming them with hyper-stimulating content. Skibidi Toilet is a web series on YouTube that features a variety of models from games like Garry's Mod and Counter-Strike as they battle in a raging war. The two sides are singing human-headed toilets, which are called Skibidi Toilets, and humanoids who have
those are absolutely terrifying, those Skibidi Toilets, by the way. Cameraman isn't that bad, but Skibidi Toilet is terrifying. It'll give me nightmares.
Bodies, but items as their heads, like cameras or TVs. The series was created by a man named Alexei Gerasimov. It first premiered on YouTube in February of 2023. Since the first episode was released, the channel had gained over 40.6 million subscribers and has over 15 billion views to date. Each episode features the Skibidi Toilet.
Oh yeah. Also about this, I forgot what I was going to say now, hang on.
2023. Since the first episode was released, the channel had gained...
I just, now, at the time when Skibidi Toilet was published, I just got into the meme. I just heard it. Skibidi top, yes, yes, yes. That guy, the fat guy, moving his belly around. And then it just died out because of Skibidi Toilet. And I was like, whoa, what's happening? And now the memes died out.
Over 40.6 million subscribers and has over 15 billion views to date. Each episode features the Skibidi Toilets and other characters engaged in full-on conflicts.
Right. I'm 6.5k. Skibidi Toilet. Okay. I will watch one and see how long I can survive. What is most popular? Okay, let's just watch this one. What was this? No. Right, let's see. I'm gonna see how long I can do. No, I can't. I thought I'd actually be able to survive, but no.
Conflicts animated in the most obscure and dramatic ways. There's never a dull moment in the videos, which to Gen Alpha is the exciting part. On the surface level, this might just seem like out-of-the-box wacky content for kids, but the harsh reality of it is that Skibidi Toilet could be damaging to children. With the constant overstimulating content, kids get used to hyperactivity, making everything else feel mundane.
Yeah, I'm usually like able to watch through it, but like Skibidi Toilet, it was too loud.
This can cause irritability, a low attention span, and a lack of patience since kids are now so used to hyperstimulation. Parents have long since been concerned with whether or not Skibidi Toilet is appropriate for the kids to watch. And it even got to a point where Russian authorities had to get involved to investigate the show. A Moscow man concerned over Skibidi Toilet's detrimental effects on children.
Oh my W Russia! Hands up! Hands down! W Russia! Oh my god. Guess where I'm moving.
asked the police to block the videos from the internet to prevent kids from watching it. This investigation has gotten mixed opinions so far, with some claiming that getting the police involved over a kids series is ridiculous. Other parents also echoed the same concerns, believing that Skibidi Toilet may be doing more harm than good. While there's still no conclusive answer as to whether or not the series is negatively affecting children, this form of hyper-stimulating media has become a growing trend for Gen Alpha. Parents are becoming increasingly worried that their kids are becoming like zombies because of this kind of content. Another popular kids show is CoComelon, which is usually targeted toward babies and younger.
I'm sorry, but I don't see the problem with CoComelon. It's kids' nursery rhymes. Let's see what little visual venture
children. CoComelon has become one of the most famous kids shows and has been a go-to entertainment source for parents to show their kids. But in recent months, the once favorable reputation of CoComelon has completely shifted, because now parents are starting to discover a correlation between their kids' behavioral issues and the show. On December 26th, 2021, TikTok user It's Mama Bell posted a video that raised some serious concerns about CoComelon. The text on the video said that she had just switched from showing her kids CoComelon to a YouTuber called Miss Rachel, and that prior to switching, her children would just sit in front of the TV like zombies. In the comments, countless moms agreed with her, saying that Miss Rachel, who is a YouTuber who focuses on educational content, was much more beneficial for their kids. More and more parents realized that their kids were becoming addicted to CoComelon to the point where
It's children! What do you expect? They're picky. And they don't want their favourite, photo of about Mayday air disasters, and then they switched to talking about airplanes. I'll be mad, yeah. You switching something and turning it into something else. It's meant to be more fun for children. And then what do you expect from kids? They're toddlers. I expect from 5-year-olds, okay, I expect better. But they're toddlers. At this point, you can't rot a brain that doesn't exist.
Wouldn't be able to move away from the screen, and they weren't learning anything from the show either. The show focused solely on keeping the children's attention with bright colors, repetitive songs, and fast jump cuts, all of which are tactics that the show uses to keep kids hooked.
Let's see how many seconds it takes for each one of these scenes to change. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
This epidemic of overstimulation can be compared to the feeling that you get from substances, hence why CoComelon is so addictive to children. And it's not just random TikTokers that have said this. Actual childhood experts have chimed in, agreeing that CoComelon is too overstimulating for kids, which can lead to addiction. CoComelon watchers are usually between ages 2 and 5, which are critical years when it comes to early childhood development. This is the time when kids are developing language, creativity, and social skills. And shows like CoComelon have possibly only made these tasks more difficult, and not to mention the disturbing influx of ElsaGate content that's taken over all of the kid-friendly platforms. And I have a whole separate video of that you can watch. All of this inappropriate content not only has caused concern for Gen Alpha parents, but also for teachers as well. Because not only are kids becoming more addicted to screens, but they're also doing much worse in school. The dumber generation.
Imagine America became a part of China. You are the only American left. You must reconquer the states with California.
Let's shift our attention to that. One American who somehow controls all of California to take out millions of Chinese. Yeah.
As your initial base. You should gather resources and then take over the enemy's buildings and recapture your former tiles of territory. To unlock the state, you should get to the main building.
The main bill? Yeah, I don't think that's exactly realistic.
It's a common theme in social media for people to say that Gen Alpha is considered one of the dumber generations. The more
I am one smart kid in my. Okay, I take that I'm egotistic. I am smart. Okay, I am smart. I know that Everyone tells me it. What I see is just sad. I see on a regular basis. Every foreign language to my friends from school is either Spanish or Chinese. Heck, these kids don't know what Saudi Arabia is. They don't know what Arabic is. How are they meant to know what Russian or Finnish is? Heck, they probably don't know there's a Celtic language. Oh, this brings me. Basically, we're learning about the Tudors. I was in year 5, and this was year 6, bear in mind. So we're learning about the Tudors, and then one of the kids chipped in and was like, Miss, the third teacher in our class or whatever, he said, hang on, weren't the Tudors in the 1980s? Then I got to the harsh reality how bad this generation is.
Kids become addicted to their screens, the harder it is for them to live a life away from it. That includes
Actually, what must his private life be like? How are they educating him? How does a year 6 think that in the history of his own country that has been taught since the 1600s, and he thinks it's in the 1980s? How does that happen? I know maybe they think like I don't know, Nikola Tesla was on the 1980s. Maybe I'd forgive that because he's not that well known and he is not from the UK. But not knowing like the pinnacle of your country's history and not knowing, I mean, 400 years off from when it actually was, that is just not okay.
School hours. It's as if kids are having a harder time paying attention, likely because the internet may be conditioning their brains to shorter content, hence a shorter attention span. Teachers around the world have been going viral on TikTok after sharing just how concerned they are about the educational development of their Gen Alpha students. They have said that students are now reading and writing at several grade levels behind, with a large majority of kids being unable to understand basic literacy, spelling, and grammar.
This 8th grade kid could not spell a single word correctly on his list.
Let's look at all this. Particularly. Commate. Commitment. Commit. Commate. Although that spelled commit. That is bad. Plitch. Like, those aren't even the sounds. No, I refuse to believe that he doesn't have a mental disability. Like, maybe like autism, I don't know, and some hearing problems. Because how do you read accomplish as accomplish? Accomplish? That's not a sh sound, that's a ch sound. And then there's you can't do like accomplish. It's like accomplish. Like there's a pause. I don't understand. I guess.
Grade.
TikTok user QBski is an elementary school teacher from Atlanta, Georgia, who took to TikTok to express his concern for the students in his class. He said that although he teaches a 7th grade class, many of his students are nowhere near that level of education.
I teach 7th grade, they are still performing on the 4th grade level.
What?
Talking about how they just keep moving, passing them on. I can put as many zeros in this grade book as
Oh, that's a big problem. No matter how bad you are, they will take you to the next grade. Or year, as it is in the UK. If you guys know, where is it the worst? Is it like the worst in the US, the UK, other parts of Europe, Asia, Oceania? No, probably in Africa. But where is it the worst? I heard there was a thing going around called Skibidi Toilet Syndrome in Indonesia. That spread to the US. But it wasn't actually anything big.
They're gonna move that child to the 8th grade next year.
This teacher even stated that some of the students in his class perform at kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade.
Eighth grade performing at kindergarten. Huh? That is shocking.
Levels, even though they're just 2 years away from entering high school. And he's not the only teacher that feels this way.
And I teach at one of the more affluent schools. When I tell you that these babies cannot read, they cannot write, and they cannot comprehend, I'm not being funny.
Did that a Brexiteer just say affluent? The more... what are the worst schools like? Holy hell. Bloody hell. I need to go to the loo. I need a break from all this. Okay.
I'm being dead serious.
When it comes to high school kids, it's not much better because the creator, Cool Nace, aka N, said that her 10th and 11th grade English students were only capable of performing at a 6th or 7th grade reading level despite being in their upper years of high school. And other sources continued 7th grade English students were only capable of performing at a 6th or 7th grade reading level despite being in their upper years of high school. And other sources continue to claim the Gen Alpha kids.
You're telling me these full-fledged 13-year-olds are dumber than me? These 15-year-olds, mate.
Don't only have poor learning skills, they have poor behavior too. Young students misbehaving in the classroom has become the new norm, and when teachers like N try to discipline them properly, it doesn't work out.
My principal told me you can't do that in Georgia. They have completely taken discipline out of education at this point, especially in Georgia. You cannot use the grade book to implement any kind of discipline or any kind of enforcement with students. And that is going to be the ruin of our kids.
But it's not just attention disorders that are at fault here. The internet has also given...
I'm sorry. If you don't beat your kids, that's fine. But if they start behaving like that, about time you give them the good old bounce.
Gen Alpha a golden ticket when it comes to cheating their way through school. ChatGPT. AI tools like ChatGPT can easily help kids finish their homework in seconds. The shift has reduced the emphasis on work ethic along with valuable life skills like critical thinking and communication. Without these skills, Gen Alpha has become prone to all sorts of influences. Because since they are so conditioned to only look at the surface level, they take most of what they see on social media as the truth without research for themselves and questioning it. Everything they see online is immediately taken as a fact, which is detrimental to these young, impressionable.
I used to believe everything I saw. When I use a mistake, incredible, becoming uncanny, those cyber really messed with me. But now I'm more mature in action.
Kids. And companies are taking advantage of this. They're targeting a demographic that they shouldn't be. Kids. The gullible generation. Anywhere you go on the internet, you are destined to run into an advertisement. Whether on the TikTok shop or just casually scrolling on social media, marketing has evolved from billboards and newspapers to scrolling on your phone. Adults are able to understand what an organic piece of content is versus a paid promotion, but young kids are less perceptive of this. They use viral trends as guidelines for what they should or should not like, even if it's not meant for them.
As kids consume more online content, including advertising, they're being influenced to buy products that are just not made for them.
We see this happening all the time with Gen Alpha, especially due to the rising influence of TikTok. But they aren't alone. Millennials and older generations drive forward these trends and make them mainstream on social media. One product.
TikTok girls in makeup is just tragic. Like, they must be at least half radioactive. Because there's no way otherwise. There's just no other way. They must be radioactive. I bet if I were to go next to any of them, I would physically suffocate in their makeup.
Being the infamous Stanley Cup.
Drawing screams of excitement. It's
Stanley Cup. Stanley Cup. I forgot those existed. I didn't know kids wanted them. It's just a Miranda Mars bottle. It's nothing. Bro, I'll be mad. Bro, I'll be mad and happy if I got... I mean, at least I'll act happy. I'll be grateful I got, but a Stanley water bottle. Bro, you can't even drink out of them. You need a straw for them. And plus, they look manky as hell. Also, but a water bottle, when you can't see how much drink you have left, is just not a water bottle. Like, I want... Let's send... God, I've got a petition. I think we should send all Stanley water bottles to Stanley in the Falkland Islands. Yeah, let's send them over at Stanley Airport. And I'll ask you, Fox. I want that photo. Give me that photo. I'll make that photo. I think we should put them on Stanley Airport and then wait for the planes to drive them over. Let's send all Stanley water bottles to Stanley Falkland Islands, okay? They're near the good Stanley places. Yeah, send them all to the Falkland Islands, to Stanley in the Falkland Islands. Let's send them like here or something, Peninsula Camber, or here somewhere. You just not. Yeah, let's send them all there. They'd use, because there's a lot of mines on the Falkland Islands. We could use them as mine detectors. We'd throw them on the ground where you want to jump or walk or whatever. And if they blow up, well, there's no more
joy.
mine.
This year's hottest status symbol and most coveted holiday gift.
I got a Stanley!
Is the Stanley Tumbler.
This tumbler cup has become the...
Hang on. £54 for a bloody water bottle. Images, Stanley Cup. Why are kids going so crazy over Stanley? Oh yeah, I would be excited if I got that. Yeah, but I'm like, not the Stanley Cup from Wish. Exactly. Wow, guys, look at this. Wow. Not even. This is ugly. I don't like it. It looks like a jug. It looks like a jug. Put tea in it, and then you can use it as use as a kettle. But let's use it as one of those like things fancy British monarchs had to pour tea out of. Nice.
Reason for multiple news headlines and heavy in-person lines as early as 4 a.m. And because it's so popular, people are willing to go to the ends of the earth to get one. Although this is the new craze, if you want to get your hands on one, it won't be cheap. The Stanley Tumbler will run you back around $45 USD with limited edition cups costing even more than that.
Womp womp. If you buy that, then...
This cost is pretty hefty for a water bottle, and it's definitely not one that everyone can afford, but there are consequences if you can't pay for one.
Ohio mom Dana Motika went viral on TikTok, posting how her 9-year-old daughter was bullied for bringing a less expensive look-alike to school.
Dana had bought her daughter a $10 Stanley look-alike from Walmart as a gift for Christmas. Her daughter brought the cup to school after Christmas break, only to come home upset because kids in school were bullying her. The sole reason, because her—
Yeah, I think she should be bullying all of them. Their parents don't know how to do work with money. If you pay 45 quid, it's like it'll be like 40 quid in British pounds, in pounds sterling, because the currency is stronger. If you pay 40 quid for a bloody water bottle, you should be the one bullied. When was it's so normal that people are. We used to go back to the days where people were bullied for bringing expensive, random, unnecessary things. So many people bought these unnecessary things that people are getting bullied for being sensible.
Stanley Cup was fake. Over the break, multiple girls in her grade had gotten real Stanley Cups as presents, and they were quick to call out Dana's daughter for her dupe. They said that hers was not as cool and made fun of—
Bruh, did you see her patterns? She had nice patterns. Yours looks manky. What isn't as cool is your parents spending 40 quid on a water
because
bottle.
of it. To us, it might seem wild that a young girl is being bullied over not having an expensive water bottle, but for Gen Alpha, this is their new reality. Gen Alpha has become possibly one of the most materialistic generations ever. With so much advertising being shown at their young eyes, these kids feel the need to buy everything they see, or face the fear of not fitting in. And it's not just Stanley Cups that have proven this. Earlier this year, the beauty retailer Sephora made headlines after multiple story times about Sephora 10-year-olds went viral on TikTok.
Viral clips have been going around of kids going in Sephora making a big mess.
What would happen if I were to be a girl? What would I be doing?
You've heard that AI has the power to transform.
What would I be doing if I was to be a girl? I don't know.
During this trend, dozens of people flooded about Sephora 10-year-olds went viral on TikTok.
Viral clips have been going around of kids going in Sephora making a big mess.
Yo, why does it look like cum?
During this trend, dozens of people flooded the TikTok For You page with their own personal horror stories with Generation Alpha shoppers at the makeup store. They complained that the kids were rude and had no respect for anyone or anything in the store.
I'm in Sephora right now, and I'm going to count how many 10-year-olds I see. 1, 2, 3. Currently walking past a 10-year-old getting her eyebrows done. 4, 5, 6. There's a whole group of them over here.
Kids as young as 4 were shopping in the aisles of Sephora for expensive beauty products that they clearly did not need. And the reason behind it? The internet.
All she wants for the holidays is, well, not toys, but skincare products.
All I wanted this year was skincare and makeup.
Social media has become Gen Alpha's go-to guide for how—
Right, the parents are the problem here. They're making this like this grandiose, wonderful shopping experience. No, you ruin your kid's skin. But if you want to rot your skin, then go ahead. You look like Fiona from Shrek.
To live their life. Whatever they see influencers do, they want to do. Whatever they see influencers buy, they want to buy. With every beauty influencer on platforms like TikTok and Instagram becoming obsessed with skincare, it was only natural for Gen Alpha kids to follow in their footsteps. But this can be a red flag, especially for parents, as social media sets a bad example for young girls. The Sephora Kids trend is a prime example. These young girls do not need to be spending hundreds of dollars on beauty products that are targeted at adults. These products have chemicals and ingredients that can be harmful to kids, especially—
She looks like the type of person to buy Sephora and skincare products at 10.
Ones that have gone viral online. Drunk Elephant is the name on every Gen Alpha's tongue. Originally a skincare brand meant for millennials, now a larger portion of Drunk Elephant's consumer base consists of beauty-obsessed kids. With products priced from $20 to upwards of over $100, this is definitely not a brand that most kids can afford to buy, at least without the help of their parents. But is this really something that parents want to be getting for their kids? Many of these Drunk Elephant products contain ingredients ingredients like peptides, acids, and retinol, which can all be damaging to youthful skin. Retinol is a form of vitamin A that's known for its anti-aging effects, with higher concentrations being used to fight wrinkles. These kinds of high
you are 10, don't worry. I don't think I've got wrinkles. Do my veins count on my hands? I don't think so.
Concentrations are regularly found in beauty products and are definitely not meant for young girls. But it's not only physical health concerns the parents are having about this growing obsession with skincare and makeup. It's also the mental effects too.
Social media is doing this, and this could be setting up a lot of young girls.
Right, I need to go to the toilets. Now, I don't want to risk my iPad turning off, and then I would lose this. I'd finish. It would automatically finish, and I don't want that. So what I will do, I'll put my iPad here and just be here, doing my business and talking about it.
With issues that'll follow them well into adulthood.
Young girls are constantly being overwhelmed with societal beauty standards and ever-changing trends in fashion and beauty. And for Gen Alpha, this pressure has only increased with the influx of social media influencers. They look up to influencers more than they do their own parents.
Everyone treats these social media people like gods, and they need to follow them like they're the prophets, like they're Jesus or something. No. They are not good. They are terrible. Most of these people are clout chasers. They are brain dead in their own right. And don't follow them because you'll be as brain dead. If you follow Jesus was a Catholic, follow Jesus, you most likely will be a Catholic. The same with these clout chasers. They say clout is hella drug, and I don't think it's just hella, it is cosmic.
But is this influence positive or negative? I'm addicted. Gen Alpha is social media obsessed. It's said that by the age of 1, the average Gen Alpha kid already has over 100 pictures of them posted on social media. Almost every Gen Alpha kid is on social media.
By the time I was 1, I had like maybe 20. I mean, but that was in 2013. 2013 to 2014. April 2013 to April 2014, and honestly, like, sorry, most, like, I don't have many. Most people have just posted those like private ones, not actual like posted to social media. I'm so happy that I was born in like 2013, and like my fundamental years were 2013 and 2014, not like 2021 or 2022, which is when most of these kids are. All these photos post about them.
Yeah, it's their main form of communication with their friends and where they get the latest news. But their social media screen time is often unregulated by parents, so there's no telling what these Gen Alpha kids are watching on their...
Yes, screen time is crazy for Gen Alpha. Like, they'll be going out there 11 hours straight. Bro, I die about 3 hours non-stop. I'm like out there. Hey, I want to go play outside, but I need to finish this video. And I feel dead when guests at the house I go up and just watch my stuff because it's too loud, and then I feel dead at like 8 PM. It is not good, and I don't like it. This is why you shouldn't, in fact, be being so much of screen time. They mean their eyes will be They will be blind at 30.
And that's the scary part. Although most social media platforms have age restrictions or content guidelines, kids can easily bypass them just by lying about their age. And regardless,
yeah, that's a problem. Enter your age. Most kids put like, hey, for FIFA, I put I was born in 1504. Like, but now I actually put my real like birth date because like, well, there's obviously a reason why it's there.
If the platform is meant for younger audiences, anyone can break the rules by posting inappropriate content anyway.
Us, when the internet tries to cancel us for kids, I think they very much should. No, I think you should be thrown in jail for child abuse.
TikTok, the most popular platform for Gen Alpha, is a mishmash of all
all of my friends, people I know, every time I sit on next to them, I scroll. I am the only person who watches videos full of length out of the people I know, including myself. That's our kids. I am the only one who doesn't scroll on Shorts or TikTok. I've got like 2 friends. I have got a few people who I know. Easily like 14. And none of them actually watch full-length videos, which is sad.
Different sorts of content. The For You page throws a bunch of different videos together in an endless scroll, showing users the type of content that they like, as well as new content that they've never seen before. One of the most common trends that you can find on social media is thirst trapping.
I know what this. I put like BeamNG Drive or something. I put some like Reddit stories. I'll show them actually. If I search up, was it Updo Stories? No. Story. No, it's this one. r/Ask Reddit. Ooh. Am I the Genius? I think it was. Yeah, is it that? I know my video won't get taken down because they've got as their thumbnails. What was the incident at your school? Mainly fact, I think it is. No. It wasn't mainly fact. Untold Tales, that's what it is. Look at these thumbnails, for God's sake, what is all this? Like, it makes me sick just looking at it, that's why I go. But you can pause it if you want. How does YouTube allow these? Like, YouTube allows these. They allow that. Those are thirst traps. When they show inappropriate thumbnails, like sexual, the ones that are horrible, and the videos have got nothing to do with it. And it pisses me off. Because I actually watched him quite a bit, and now everyone who will look at him will think I'm some weird pervert kid. And I hate
form of content is meant to attract.
It isn't just some like this is exposed, like a YouTube. I think I should report him actually. Report those videos and thumbnails because that is just not good. How do they allow this? And it's for clicks, sadly. It's for clicks. They're doing it for clicks. All of it is just like disgusting sexual, like LGBT something. It's really disgusting. And luckily there are better, like a story, Reddit story. That people actually use. It's like, Am I the Genius is pretty good. Which aren't those thirst trap ones. But the thing is, he has a lot of videos. Let's compare all of how many he has. 495. He has 3.6k. That's an AI voice. Let's go to mainly fact. No one. Am I on the spot? On the spot. 551. Actually, no, they don't have that many videos. But they are one of the... I love them. Main fact, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. They're all anime girls with massive breasts for some reason. Oh my word.
Attention from viewers, usually in the form of posing, dancing, or acting seductively. Although the nature of this content is meant for a much older audience, there's a ton of kids participating in these trends without realizing its implications. It's become more and more common to see a Gen Alpha kid dressed up in revealing clothing making thirst trap content, which in itself is already unsettling. But not to mention, there's no telling who's watching or saving this content online, which can leave them vulnerable to a certain audience that may have other intentions. With the influx of OF promotions, adult content is becoming more accessible. With social media heavily influencing young people, it's become difficult for them to see the importance of real relationships. 1 in 4 children go outside to play nowadays, missing crucial social interactions. Most of Gen Alpha spends their time indoors consuming media meant for adults. The severe dopamine addictions from internet platforms like TikTok have resulted in negative effects on younger generations, as simple as
I am dying. I need
enjoying their day-to-day life. Kids no longer have the patience for anything because they're so used to the instant gratification that social media provides.
I've got like somewhat of an attention. My attention span is decent. I can't watch something for 2 hours. Maybe like a marble race that have like stages. Then maybe, just maybe. But they don't have that much in it. I have like, but compared to the other children, I think span is amazing.
Kids can't do simple everyday tasks like brushing their teeth, eating food, or using the restroom without the constant stimulation of a screen. Gen Alpha becomes impatient and frustrated at the drop of a hat, with even the smallest inconveniences getting blown out of proportion, turning into full tantrums or breakdowns. With most of their learning coming from the internet, they're being exposed to horrible behavior from those entitled influencers that they see online.
And when you look at the biggest influencers now who've flown their opulent lifestyle,
oh my god, those are that makes my blood boil. I am well off, okay, well, not well off. I'm a decent family, okay. We can afford flights, travels, flight over the Atlantic, and we are good, okay. But these people, I bet that's all of their life savings as well. Like Jack Doherty, what's the point of having money if no one likes you? I'd rather have like no money but everyone likes me than be like an influencer where everyone despises me, makes videos exactly how bad I am.
And endorse things like OnlyFans? Are these really the people you want raising your children?
Now the question is Generation Alpha really doomed? I've talked a lot about the problems of Gen Alpha, but there are still many strengths that they have. Gen Alpha has access to more resources, knowledge, and tools than ever before. They're living in an exciting time, with technology advancing at such a rapid pace and them being so adaptable to it. If they're able to use the internet for good rather than bad, they can become some of the most intelligent people on the planet, and they're also born with empathy inside them. The future can be bright for Gen Alpha. All they need is a little guidance and a push in the right direction. We, as people who care, can monitor what our siblings are doing on social media, and as adults, we can teach our kids the value of hard work, and we can be better examples for them to follow. My friends, it's time to stop the internet from destroying this generation.
Yep.
Visual Venture. Wait, before you go, make sure you guys click subscribe here.
Yeah,
and then
subscribe. Visual Venture is a good
and watch this video about the hidden dangers of YouTube Kids content.
Yeah. So that's about this video. Now, I'm actually going to try watch Skibidi Toilet again.
Are your team struggling to find the latest plans? Try Asana, a smarter way to work.
Okay, I'm gonna try and watch this without clicking on this. What just happened there? Who are you? What exactly is happening? How could kids be insane by this? I don't know what's happening. Right, no, I'm dying. No, I can't watch this. I tried twice and you was just bad. I can't watch this anymore. It's
What was it?
terrible. Sorry. What? I can't. Let's hope. Fingers crossed this generation improves. It's been Cyprian. Peace. If I can.